welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be probably my last summery video because I'm the type of person that gets really excited for new seasons, and now that it's August, I'm already thinking about fall. So I know some of you guys aren't like that, so I'm gonna go through my top summer books that you need to read before the end of summer. So these are just my personal favorite books to read in the summer. These are books that I would probably reread during the summertime. So I have some series and mostly standalones, I think. Actually, it's kind of like 50-50. So the first series, this book isn't really summery. I feel like you can really read it anytime, but it's a new favorite of mine, so I want to recommend it regardless. And that is First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, the first series the first book in the Heartstrings series. I'm obsessed with this book and the characters and the storyline, everything, and I cannot wait for the second book. So this is about Aiden, who is the radio host for a love advice station, and then Lucy, her daughter, ends up calling in for relationship advice from Aiden. The radio station's kind of struggling at the time, and then when she calls in, it blows up and goes viral. The kind of like the manager wants her to join the show, so then they end up working together, and she's taking calls for people that want to take her on dates, and she has some bad dates, and yeah, BK has just become one of my favorite authors, and just from reading this book, like, now I need to read everything that she has written because I was obsessed with this. Maybe you don't want to read it in the summer and it's better to read during the winter time, because it's more like a cozy romance, and it came out in February, so maybe, but I'm gonna recommend it anyways because I think everyone should read this. And then I have the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. The fourth one comes out in September, so it's perfect time to read these three before the fourth and final one comes out. My favorite is the first one, Wild Love. It's best friend's little sister, and he's a billionaire. He has like a record recording studio, and then she ends up coming back into town and works for him because she needs a job. And then Wild Eyes is the second one. This is my second favorite so far. He is a single dad, and then she is a top country singer. She goes to Rose Hill because she needs kind of a break from being in the public eye. I love the kids in this book. I feel like they made the book, and I also really love the main male character, Weston. And then the third one, Wild Side. It's Marriage of Convenience. He's like what's it called? It's like those wrestlers that it's like all scripted. I can't think of what it's called. Tabitha's sister passes away, and in her will it says that she wants both of them to have custody of her nephew. So that's why they have to get married. This one is really good if you love Marriage of Convenience. It's not one of my favorites, so that's why I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I still really enjoyed it because I love everything that Elsie writes, but it was just my least favorite so far. I'm really excited for the fourth one. There's a bit of an age gap in there, and that's pretty much all that I know so far, but I'm really excited and always excited for what she's gonna have next. And then another series, the third book is coming out this month, and it is the Lakefront Billionaire series. So we have two books so far, and then the third and final. I think there's only gonna be three. This one I enjoyed a lot, and the second one I was not a huge fan of. I still tabbed a decent amount, so I liked it, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. I don't know if I would go back and reread this one, but this one for sure. Second chance, and all of these books take place in a small town on the lakefront, so I feel like it's really good for summertime. She is an interior designer, and then he does like the building construction of houses. They basically decide to renovate an historic house together. Yeah, this one I was a huge fan of. This one, I think, so he's a single dad, and then she ends up nannying for him, and then something happens where she gets fired. Yeah, I know this, a lot of people really liked it, but I don't know. I don't know if it was the main male character. He was kind of mean, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I'm still throwing in this little recommendation video because I know a lot of people did like it. And then the third one, I don't really remember who it's about. I think he's like campaigning for mayor or something. I feel like that's something that I've read, and he needs a wife or a girlfriend or something for that campaign, maybe. Okay, now the standalones. So the first one is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This one takes place in Hawaii for a majority of the book, so I feel like it's really good for either summer reading or in the dead of winter when you just need a break from the cold and the snow, if that's where you live, like it is here. But I love books that take you to different places, and especially this one is very good about a lot of details, making you feel like you're at this place. And I've never been to Hawaii, so I loved like living vicariously through them. So she is the maid of honor, and then the main male character is the best man. They don't really get along. They kind of argue a lot, and everyone at the wedding ends up getting food poisoning except for these two. Her sister, the bride, and the groom have already bought their honeymoon tickets, and it was like this whole package. They can't get refunded, so her sister tells her go, and Ethan ends up going too, and they have to pretend that they are the bride and the groom. So there's some fake dating in there, and I really liked it. I haven't read it for a few years now, so I want to go back and reread it, hopefully next summer or maybe this winter or something. And then Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. She is a wedding planner, and then he is the florist. They used to work together, and then something happened with their relationship, so there's some second chance in there. And I love books with weddings in them. It's just perfect for the spring and summertime, and this one is really good. It's my favorite book by Julie Soto so far. If you love weddings and books, second chance, grumpy sunshine, then you'll love this one. And then I have Every Summer After, and then also One Golden Summer. I read One Golden Summer a couple weeks ago and was obsessed with it. I can't tell you which one I like more, this one or One Golden Summer. I liked them both equally. This one is another second chance, childhood friends to lovers, and they both take place in Barry's Bay, which I feel like that setting is perfect for summertime. And then One Golden Summer, she ends up taking her grandma back to Barry's Bay because her grandma's kind of going through this depression and just feels kind of in this rut. So she thinks taking her back to where she was happiest would be good for her. And then Charlie, the main male character, is doing all of like the renovations and the keeping up on like the housework for this house. So he sees her a lot and she sees him, and we see the characters from Every Summer After in this book, and it's just so nice seeing like how much they've grown just from this book. After reading Every Summer After, I am really excited for all of Carly Fortune's books. I still have Meet Me at the Lake, and then what's the other one? This Summer Will Be Different, and I'm just really excited for reading all of her books. She is probably my top author for the summer. Another one of my favorite authors. I cannot say how much I love this author. So my all-time favorite, You With a View by Jessica Joyce. I talk about this book all the time, and for good reason. It's so good. Like, this is, when I think of a perfect romance book, this is it. This is it. Like, I don't know what she put in this book, but it is so good. Like, I cannot wait to go back and reread this book. Enemies from high school, and they kind of reunite because Noelle's grandma passes away, and she finds this old love letter that she got from this guy, and she posted on TikTok to find who this mystery guy was. And then his grandson, which is Theo, her enemy, ends up replying and says, "That's my grandpa." And then they end up meeting because his grandpa's still alive, and she agrees to it because she wants to know more about her grandma's past. So she ends up meeting and sees that it's Theo. Their grandpa kind of tells them about this road trip that they had planned, and they decide to, all three of them, go on this road trip and kind of see what would have happened if the two grandparents decided to go. I just love seeing how their relationship changes from when they first meet and how much they do not like each other through pretty much their grandparents connecting them and making their relationship stronger. And I also really love their grandpa in this one. It's just very sweet how Theo and his grandpa are so close, and yeah, I just love that. And then her other book, The Ex-Vows. This one, again, if you like weddings, this one is perfect for the summer and springtime. The best woman and the best man. They used to be friends, and then they had a relationship and something happened where they broke up and they haven't spoke for a while. So they have to pretend that they're still together because they don't want to ruin their best friend's wedding. I love how there's so many different things that happen and go wrong in this book. Like, I feel bad for their best friend who it's his wedding, but I love seeing how Eli and Georgia kind of work together to solve all of these things that are going wrong. This one I did enjoy, not as much as this one, but regardless, so excited for Jessica Joyce's next book. I heard she's working on it, so we'll see when we finally get another book from her. I cannot wait. She's one of my top authors just from those two books, just from the first one really. But those are all of my books that I feel like you need to read before the summer is over. Let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!